Just check at that. Such a simple, easy recipe you guys can make at home and impress all your friends and family. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make garlic fried chicken thighs here. Check that out. Here's about 2 kgs of chicken thighs. And oh yeah, yesterday my channel reached 50,000 subscribers, so I want to thank all of you for your support and for watching me and my mom's content. So thank you guys. Okay guys, so here's my chicken thighs, about 2 kgs over here. They were store bought, they were just chicken thighs, and yeah, I just defrosted and washed them 2 to 3 times in the sink, and yeah, and then just let it drain. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to cut the chicken thighs for the garlic fried chicken thighs. Okay, you can see this chicken thigh has a bone here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be slicing, just making a good cut from the bone area over here. Because you know, when you're frying the chicken, mostly when you deep frying the bone section, it's always bloody, so we don't want that with this chicken thigh. So I'm going to give a quick slice over here. You can just put your 2 fingers like this. You can feel there's that thigh bone over here, and if there's other thicker bones like this over here, you can feel it. Yeah, so you can feel it over here. There's another bone over here, so it's like almost like an L over here. So I want to just stick my knife over here and then just slice it open here. Just pinch it. You don't want to break the chicken thigh skin, you know. Okay. Well, because the chicken thigh skin is the most delicious part of the fried chicken. So as you can see here, there's like an L bone here. So I just stuck my knife over here and just give a quick slice. So once you do that, when you're frying this chicken thigh over here, you'll know that yeah, the bone over here will be fried nicely. Yeah, I like my fried chicken to have a bone. Like, I don't know, it makes the chicken thigh tastier. If you are like making like chicken burgers or something, obviously you'll have to debone this. But yeah, it's just good. You're just gonna make a quick slit over here. Once you make this quick slit, and it opens up the chicken thigh, then it'll be a bigger piece of chicken thigh to eat. And you can see it's flat like this, because here was thick before when we didn't cut this. So once you cut this, and then when you fry, you'll know that the whole chicken thigh over here will be cooked nicely. Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do with all of my chicken thighs now. Let me show you guys another example close up. So you can feel it, all of these chicken thighs, there's an L shape. So just by the middle center here, by the L shape section here, make a slit. Or poke it here and then just slit it way down here, but don't go over the skin. Just like that, near the bone. Make a slit like that. Check that out. So here's the L. Then over here, just by the bone, make a slit down here. It doesn't need to go all the way through the meat. Just slit it open. Then once it's opened up like this, yeah, then it's good stuff. This will be a delicious piece of chicken thigh. Okay guys, I'm gonna do this. It will take me about, I don't know how much time, but yeah, I'll get back to you with the marinade after I cut all these chicken thighs up. It's like, guys, like, have you ever, like, I'm sure all of you have had KFC and all that stuff. It's like every time you eat like KFC and all that, after you eat it and then near the bone, you're seeing like some kind of like black stuff and black things on it when you near the chicken bone. It's because the bone, can you see here, it has a lot of blood content, so it's trying to escape. But while it's trying to escape, the chicken, the outer layer of the chicken is already like fried already, so it's keeping up all that bloody vein blood from the chicken bone, so it traps it in there. So that's why we have to like just make a slit near this bone over here, the chicken thigh bone, and then at least when we're frying it, the bone blood, it will pop out of the chicken quicker, and then you'll get cooked nicely, and then you won't end up with that like that black stuff when you're eating your fried chicken. So yeah, you'll be clean fresh chicken here. So yeah, I just cut all my chicken thighs up now. Just put it in my bowl to marinate. Okay, let's marinate this. Okay guys, let's marinate our chicken thighs. So over here is about 2 kgs of chicken thighs, so I'll be adding in more ingredients, more or less. So if you guys are just having like 1 kg of chicken thighs, even if you marinate the same as me, it's still the same. It's not like all that marinade is going to stick onto the chicken when you coat it with the flour, so it's just the same taste. Okay, I'm gonna add in about 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm gonna sprinkle a good amount of white pepper. Add more white pepper, yeah. Because here's about 2 kgs of chicken thighs. Okay, white pepper. I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon of sugar. In my previous fried chicken drumstick, garlic fried chicken drumstick video, you guys I saw some comments saying, why are you adding sugar? It's like sugar, it makes the chicken crispier and it's tastier with sugar, and it's part of the Cantonese marinade. You have to have some sugar. I know in Western recipes they don't add sugar, they just add spices and all that stuff. So their chicken is a bit dry and all that stuff, but you need to add sugar. It gives it a little sugary coating on the chicken thighs here. Okay, next is chicken bouillon powder. Here's 2 kgs, so I'm going to be adding in 2 little teaspoons here. If you have 1 kg of chicken thigh, just add 1 teaspoon enough. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons. Okay guys, now I'm going to be adding in about 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic. This is store-bought crushed garlic. Okay guys, 2 tablespoons. Guys, like you don't need to add like so much garlic. I know everyone loves garlic, but if you add too much, and then some garlic will be popping out of the flour coating, and then oil will fry it up, and then you'll taste bitter, like you guys said in the previous video that I made. You say, won't the garlic get fried and get bitter? It's because you might be adding in too much garlic. So yeah, because you want the flour to be coating over the garlic, so that when you fry it, it won't fry up the garlic. So here's 2 kgs chicken thighs. 2 heaped tablespoon of garlic is enough to marinate this. So if you're having a little bit of chicken, don't add too much garlic. It will give you that delicious garlic flavor taste. Oh yeah guys, before this recipe continues, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks guys. Okay, next we're gonna drizzle around some oyster sauce. Just 2 kgs, I'm giving enough oyster sauce for 2 kgs of chicken thighs here. Okay, just all around. Doesn't matter if you put more or less. I'm gonna give it a good drizzle of soy sauce. I usually just drizzle this around once if it's like 1 kg of chicken thighs, but just 2 kgs I just drizzled it twice. Okay, next same with the sesame oil here. Drizzle twice around. Okay, let's drizzle some Chinese rice wine all around. There we go. Okay, now we'll also give it a good amount of olive oil. There we go. Okay guys, now we're just gonna mix this up. Okay guys, like I ran out of plastic gloves, so just using a tablespoon here. But I think I'm gonna just put on a little plastic bag on my hand to marinate this, because I want to squeeze all that garlic and all that flavor into the chicken thighs. So I'm just gonna put on a plastic bag to squeeze this, to mix this up properly. Okay. Mix it up nicely. Give the chicken thighs a good squeeze of that marinade. With using the tablespoon, that garlic marinade, it won't even go through like the insides of the chicken thigh skin here, and yeah, and through the cuts that we just made. So yeah, don't use a tablespoon. Okay, so once you gave this a good rub, crack 1 egg. Then you're gonna add in a good amount of cornstarch, depending on how much chicken and how much sauce you have in your bowl. So it's up to you. Even if you add more or less, it doesn't matter. We're trying to create like a thick batter to coat the chicken. So it's up to you how many cornstarch you want. But the best way to know is to start with one heaped teaspoon or tablespoon, and then you just mix it, and then you'll know if you want to add more or less. So first, I'm just gonna add in two heaped. Now I think I'll add in 3 heaped teaspoons of cornstarch, and I'll mix this up. Got that egg. You can break up that egg in that cornstarch, and it creates this like gooey egg batter thing. Just coat it all around the chicken thigh pieces here. You don't want your chicken batter to be too dry, or else it won't stick onto the flour that you'll be using to coat these chicken thighs here. See, once you're cracking that egg, it makes everything. It makes that perfect batter for each chicken thigh piece here. In my previous fried drumstick video, some of you asked why you're adding an egg. I don't know, it just makes the chicken juicier, and it helps the flour stick onto the chicken thighs to create a delicious crispy crunch piece of chicken thigh here. And then also in my previous video, like the oil was bubbling up. You guys asked why the oil was bubbling up, is because of the egg that we just put in here. So to this recipe, I'll be using a fresh oil to fry this with, and then it won't bubble up. But when you're gonna, in future, you're gonna be frying something with that oil again for a second time, you'll see it will start to bubble up. Okay, it's perfect. I don't need to add more cornstarch. This is the right consistency that I'm looking at over here. Can you see this? You don't want it too drippy or anything. Just a good thick layer of coating of this batter that you want to keep when you marinate this chicken. And then when we coat this with the flour will stick onto the chicken better. Okay, so my suggestion to marinate this, we're going to marinate this for 1 to 2 hours. Yeah, if you're going to be eating this for dinner. Or you can, I don't suggest you marinate this overnight. Because a lot of the garlic and all that stuff, it will be absorbed too much into the chicken. The flavor will be too much. So I suggest 1 to 2 hours will be enough. Okay guys, yeah, I've got cake flour over here. Just gonna add in a good amount to this bowl, because we're doing 2 kgs of chicken thighs here. So next, we're gonna add in just about half a tablespoon of cornstarch. Doesn't matter, more or less. Then we're just gonna get a whisk. Just go whisk it up. The more cornstarch you add to the flour, the more crispy the chicken thighs will be. But you don't want the chicken thighs to be that crispy, because the flour coating will give it a good crispy coat. So you don't want like biscuit kind of crispy. So just about half a tablespoon of cornstarch will do. I just added in a good amount of flour to my bowl because I really want my chicken thighs to be coated nicely. Okay, so guys, first we're going to coat each piece of chicken thigh, and then we're going to put it onto a baking tray. So I'll be using this tray here. Once I dip it in here and coat the chicken thighs nicely, I'm just going to place them all here. So I'm first going to coat all of my chicken thighs before we will deep fry our chicken thighs. Okay, can you see? It has marinated for over 1.5 hours now. It's getting late, so I have to fry the chicken for our family to eat. So now you're just going to mix this back up, and then we'll coat each piece of chicken thigh over here. I'm just going to give it a quick mix, let that marinade coat back the chicken pieces here. I wish I brought some more new plastic gloves, but now I think I'm going to be using my hands to coat these chicken thighs. But I washed my hands clean, guys, so don't worry. I know I'll end up with some garlic flavored fingers. Okay, so it's kind of simple. We'll grab a piece here. I think the best way is to first layer the meat section. You see, remember with that slit in the chicken thigh. So put the meat section down first, and then I'm going to just use my hands, get some flour and just cover the top of the chicken skin here. Make sure it's all coated nicely. Okay, and then just give a good rub. Just keep on spinning the chicken thigh around like this. Just coat it until you feel like there's no more liquid. You see, like this. You don't want this, guys. You see that wetness. Make sure you do add more flour onto the wetness of the chicken, and then just tap it even under the chicken skin here, guys. You see here, under the chicken skin is still wet. So if you flap it over, just sprinkle it with some flour as well. Tap it, yeah. Make sure there's no liquid anywhere. So yeah, you can see still liquid. And you just keep on just squeeze it, you know, because when you squeeze it, it creates this crust on this chicken thigh over here. Just make sure everything is nicely coated. You don't want to see no wetness on the chicken thigh. Then you know that the chicken thigh is well coated, and you won't get that burnt garlic flavor that you guys were talking about. But I'm sure you won't get much. But anyways, yeah. As you can see, this is what it looks like now. Just give it a quick dust. See all these little bits and pieces here? When you fry it in the oil, you're gonna get that crispy crunch thanks to those little bits and pieces. Okay, so this one is well coated. Get my tray here. And voila, just like that. Okay, I'm going to do one more example for you guys, and then we're going to deep fry them once I'm done with these. So let me just grab another piece. So just mix it up in that batter first. I'll use one hand to grab the chicken, one hand just to coat the chicken with. Okay, remember the meat side. Put it face down first. And make sure you cover up all that flour on top. If you don't cover the flour and then you get your hands wet, you're gonna end up with doughy fingers, guys. So now my fingers are still powdery. That's why you have to add a good amount to your bowl. Okay, flip it around, add more flour. Okay, give it a quick spin. A few quick spins like this. And then a quick squeeze as well. Spin and squeeze. And then afterwards, you lift it out, check for wet spots like this. Now I opened up the chicken skin. You can check out all that wet spots. You just coat it up with the flour, tap. Yeah, make sure. You can see if this chicken skin is opening up like this, coat it up. Because if you don't coat it up, once you put it into the deep frying hot oil, the oil will start to splatter. And also you see it has a lot of, it has that chicken thigh skin. You know, when you place the chicken thigh skin in deep fried hot oil, you're gonna see some explosions. So if it was like opened, if it was open here and there was wetness, it wasn't covered with flour, you're gonna end up with explosions in the oil when you deep fry these chicken thighs over here. So yeah, give it a good squeeze. Make sure there's no wetness around the chicken thigh anymore. And once you're certain, just give a quick dust like this. Check at that. You see all this kind of gooiness sticking out of this chicken thigh. It's going to create some delicious chicken, fried chicken thigh, garlic fried chicken thighs here. Okay, place it onto my tray over here. Okay guys, so this is the two examples I'm showing you guys. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest of the chicken thighs and then we will deep fry this. Okay guys, so I just finished coating up my chicken thighs over here. Check that out. Guys, I want you to wellly coat these chicken thighs. It took me about half an hour to do this 2 kg batch of chicken thighs here. Make sure there's no watery, meaty content that you see. Make sure everything is coated. If the chicken thigh skin is flapping, you're gonna flap it over and you're gonna coat it with the flour, guys. So make sure it's wellly coated and then you'll end up with delicious garlic fried chicken that almost look like KFC but better. Hope you guys say it's better. But anyways, this recipe I'm gonna be using a new oil to fry this chicken thighs, but you can also use your second use oils as well. But I'm just gonna try it with the new oil today. It will mess up the oil, but hey, just to show you guys some delicious fried chicken thighs, let's go do this. Okay guys, so I preheated my oil here to test that your oil is ready or not. Just gotta grab a little piece of that doughish thing in the chicken batter there, the coating of chicken skin, and just dump it in there. Yeah, and then you see that if it starts rising up, that means your oil's ready. So now the gas heat is on its highest. I'm gonna put it at medium now. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna dump in the chicken thighs. I'm going to fry it for 1 to 2 minutes until it forms like a crust. The crust won't be that crispy, but it'll be just a little bit hard. So you're going to take that out. And then once all your chicken thighs is fried, we're going to turn up the heat on high. And then we're going to fry the chicken thighs for 6 to 8 minutes until it's ready and golden crispy. Okay, let's put in our chicken. Check at that piece there. It's gonna look so good. Slowly put it in. You don't want your flame to be too high, or else the base it will be burnt. I'm gonna put 4 pieces at a time with my wok there. You see guys, like I'm using clean oil now, the new oil. And you see it's not bubbling up like the other time if you saw my previous garlic fried chicken drumstick video. Because that was using second use, and that the first use, you can see the batter of this chicken contains egg, so it's gonna mess up this oil soon. And then next time when you use it to fry chicken again, you'll see it'll stop bubbling up. So this is what happens when you add egg to your batter. But hey, if you want delicious Cantonese garlic fried chicken thighs, you gotta add in the egg. Okay, we're gonna let it fry for about 30 seconds, and then we'll just slowly tip it around to fry the other side for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'll lift this out. Give it a little bit of a move, not too hard. Just to form a crust around its body first, for the first 1 to 2 minutes. And then you can just lift it out. You can see that I can see that the skin is starting to darken a bit. So the base is very hot, so I'm going to lower the heat a bit more. Okay, it should be ready guys. You see just less about 1 minute 30 seconds or something. Check that out. Just lift it out of the oil, and then I'll put in the other batches. As you can see, this is what I'm telling you guys, just 1 to 2 minutes just to form its golden crust. And then yeah, then we're gonna put in the other chicken thighs in here to fry. So I'm gonna be doing this. Okay, I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of the chicken thighs, and then I'll get back to you guys to do the second fry. Okay guys, like as you can see, it's bubbling up a lot. So after about 1 to 2 minutes, you'll see that the bubbles will start to calm down. That's when you know that the chicken is ready, in that first 1 to 2 minutes. Okay guys, so this is like my 4th batch over here. So there was about 19 chicken thighs over here. Can you see already on the 4th batch, you can see the oil is starting to bubble up. This is caused by the flour and the egg. So the oil is basically messed up, but if you clean the oil, it's still usable. Okay guys, so my 4th batch was taken out already. Now I raised up the heat here on high for about 3 minutes, and I'm going to dump in the chicken pieces in here on high heat. Once all the chicken is placed inside, we're going to lower the heat to about medium high, somewhere around there. And then now for the second fry, we're going to fry this for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's golden crispy. Let's put in our chicken. Now it formed like a crust already, so we can add, before in my batches I was like frying 4 pieces at a time. Now maybe we can add in 5 to 7 pieces in the oil, depending on the size of your wok. Okay guys, I'm doing 6 pieces at a time. Now you just gotta check on your clock or your timer for at least, you have to fry this for at least 5 minutes, because if it's on the highest heat, it's gonna burn the chicken very fast. But when you place the chicken in, I want it to be on high heat so it can really make that crust. And then when you turn it back to lower heat, it will be cooking the inside of the chicken. So every about 30 seconds, just give it a little flip so that the base of the chicken thigh doesn't burn. Because now this is on high heat, and this chicken thigh contains a lot of chicken skin. So you must be careful because there will be some chicken skin oil explosions here. The chicken. I can already feel the chicken's getting very crispy in the first minute or two. Keep an eye on the chicken, flip it around sometimes, but not so hard. That's why we have to form that crust. If your chicken browns up very quickly, once you place it in, that means your oil is way too hot, guys. So just turn the heat straight down. You can see now it's like frying very hard, so I turn the heat straight down so that it can fry for at least that 5 to 7 minutes. Then I would know the insides of these chicken thighs is well cooked and the outside is also going to be crispy. And you hear it's still like bubbling up a lot. That means it's still cooking the chicken. The inside of the chicken still contains a lot of water content. So that's why you see this bubble. You wanna fry this chicken until you don't see so much frying going on this oil over here. That's how you know that the chicken is well cooked. If it keep on bubbling up like this while it's frying, that means it's still, the chicken inside is not ready. But once it cools down, the bubbles no more like frying so hard, then you know it's ready. I can feel the crust now. It's very solid and nice. That's what you want. And you can see that the crust is not falling off on the chicken thighs. You can even smell that garlic flavor now. Okay guys, like I haven't heard any explosions from the chicken skin. Probably it's because that I coated these chicken wings very well with that flour. That's why it's not exploding. It has been around 6 minutes now and look at that. Golden crispy. It should be ready. Okay guys, let's take this chicken out. It's ready. 6 to 7 minutes. Hey guys, the chicken's ready. Check that out. Put in the bowl here. Wow. Look at that crust. Nice. Okay guys, I'm gonna fry the rest of the batches now. Okay guys, our second batch is ready. I must calculate it. I only have like 15 chicken thighs here. Check this out. Check at that. That's why we had to slit the chicken thighs, or else the insides of the chicken thigh won't be cooked properly. Okay, let's dump it in here. Ooh. Oh, check at that. Wow. Okay, let me fry the last batch. Hey guys, my last batch is ready. Check this out. Wow. Check that out. Wow, check at this guys. Yummy. Crispy fried chicken, garlic fried chicken thighs here. Wow. Show you guys a close up. Wow. Close up. Wow, check that guys. Okay guys, it's time to taste some of this. Let's see, does it have a good crunch? Wow. Look at that. Garlic fried chicken thighs here. Hi guys, so I just finished frying up my fried chicken over here. Check that out. Wow. Garlic fried chicken fries over here, guys. Wow. Just check at that. Such a simple, easy recipe you guys can make at home and impress all your friends and family. Wow, this is so good. Okay, it's time to test. It's time to taste the piece and let's see if it's crunchy or not and if it's tasty. Okay guys, I grabbed the piece over here. Let's check that out. Wow. Check that out. Wow. Okay, let's have a bite. Heck, look at that. 6 to 7 minutes while it cooked. Skin is crispy and crunchy. Guys, so good. You can make this with your drumsticks, with your chicken wings, especially some good chicken thighs over here. Let's take a bite again. So garlic flavor, so nice. Guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also like to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel, and now we got 50,000 subscribers. This year we need to hit 100,000 subscribers. Thanks guys for watching.